If they don't wait, that's their.
It looks
We
like we're
good?
good to go. Let me do the pop-out chat so
Okay.
and then I will screen share the pop-out chat
Right.
alongside like I did before.
Right.
Over here. I gotta bring this over for you, but I gotta bring it more towards the left. Sorry, folks, we're just rearranging a few things on my screens so we can see everything.
Yeah, we believe it's a Evmux issue.
Yes, that's the only thing I can come up with.
Once we
Please,
get set up.
I was gonna say, anyone in YouTube and Rumble, please notify me whether you have got screen or not, so I can know who's where. And let me go bigger so you'll be able to read it. I'm gonna do a test chat. See how this works. Got it on Rumble. Uh-oh. Folks. Got 4 friggin' Fridays running. It says you're not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Viewers will experience buffering. Let me try closing some tabs that I don't need on a few things. So be patient. Oh, let me get out of Evmux. That's what's draining it. I apologize. And close this. Pause and close that. I am so sorry. Hopefully this will go smoother. Okay, we got wrecked from working for both. Blue Rose, I see and hear you now. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys. Okay. Now I got to share to D so she can see what I'm talking about. And hopefully everything will be going good that way. What am I doing? No, you get the entire screen. I believe. Let's see if you can hear the audio, D, really quick before I share it.
Okay.
Let me know
Right.
if you can hear this.
Nope. There we go.
Nope.
Got it.
Oh, you got
Got
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it now. Got it
All
now.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting there little by little. I promise. I promise. And I'm so sorry. I did not expect the chaos to ensue that has. You can see the chat pretty good.
I don't see the chat at all.
It's this section right here next to the videos.
Oh, there. Okay, I got it. Got it.
And you can read it if you need to or want to.
Uh, I can't see anybody's name.
Okay. Whoopsie. Hold on. Let me do this. Is it still too small?
It just pulls out the
Yeah.
comment. It still doesn't show the name. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know
Well, you
why it
just might
does
have
that.
to handle the comments. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about the comments right now. I can handle them,
Okay.
which means I can say a whole. Don't have to pay attention to anybody.
Yeah. It
Are
happens.
we ready to get? Yeah, are we ready to get started?
I believe we are. Let me get this shared to the
All
right
right.
place. This
Okay.
one.
So
Okay,
we'll
hold on. Oh, I'm
we'll
not
start
started
from the
yet.
beginning. Okay.
We're gonna try to start from the beginning. Okay. Oh, start the video thing from the beginning, or because we didn't even get to it. We were showing
No, no,
screen.
we don't need. Yeah, we don't need. No. Do we? Is that necessary?
Um,
Because it won't. Because the first one didn't go through, right?
Oh, I didn't we were just about to start this when everyone said that it was purple screen.
Okay, so but what does that mean? Or this is technically a brand new video, correct?
I mean, we're just picking up kinda where we left off, aren't we?
I don't that's what I'm asking you. So since we were in Evmux and now we're in OBS, are the 2 gonna mesh?
It should, yeah. I mean, unless you wanna start
Okay,
from the very beginning, or I can just they can watch part 1, I'll remove the one that didn't do anything, and they can then go
okay.
to part 2.
Well, yeah, let's do that, part 1 and part 2. Yeah, we'll go from there. But I do wanna say welcome back to Rex Sisters, and that's why we are called Rex Sisters because, what isn't a wreck about things? But today is Friday, December 19th, 2025, and we are at 3:31 p.m. And again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We believe it's on the Evmux studio that we were having issues with and
Mhm.
still continue to. Our contract with them will be up in March. And trust me, we are evaluating our options as what to do. And it's kind of difficult, I think, in the fact that I live in the north and Crazy B is in the south, and it doesn't matter. I don't think what type, but sometimes what product we're going to use. We're going to probably encounter issues between the two of us. Uh, it's not as smooth as just having one narrator doing a video, making the comments. They can control everything themselves. But when you have more than one person, I think it makes things a little more difficult.
Yes.
Um, we both, we also, as we're going through this process, we don't have state of the art equipment, obviously. We're working off of our home internet service providers. We both have the same carrier right now. Uh, but again, weather affects us. Last night, Crazy B had terrible weather, and today I do.
Yeah.
So that can affect things. And Crazy B, if you have anything to add on that,
Well, other than, like, again, because we restart, but, like, I mean, I get tornadoes in December. So, yeah, this is kind of expected. So, but for you, it
right,
shouldn't we're not used to having the as severe weather as I mean, I'm at risk of tornadoes all year
right,
round.
right. Uh huh.
We're all I'm
Okay,
sorry, I just had to fix the
we're
chat in
all
the
good.
studio,
Correct.
and but I think we're ready
Okay.
to go.
Okay, go ahead, get started then with
Okay,
the,
so this
you
is
said you had two Christmas crafts.
yes, I have 2 Christmas crafts that I'm showing, and,
Okay,
this is the first one. It's so simple. It's macaroni ornaments for the kids. I do have to move
okay,
because of the music, but it's really just raw
okay,
macaroni glued to cardboard or paper and painted. I like how
okay,
simple this is. And then you can put the kid's picture or you can draw something, whatever you want to do. But I mean, simple
okay.
craft for the kids. I like the idea. Now that paint,
So
now the
that's
macaroni
elbow
there
mac.
is going to have to dry. Yeah, elbow noodles, macaroni noodles,
Okay,
or
okay.
unless you want to get the star-shaped noodles or whatever, and then you can have fun with those. But do let the paint
Oh, you
ones
know what?
dry before you do anything with. Yeah.
I would rather one spray it like that versus shaking it in the bag.
Yes,
To
I
me,
was.
that would be,
The spray paint one is
yeah,
easier than
because
painting those and letting them dry.
yeah, because how do you lay them out and where do you put them? And if you lay them on a paper towel, you're gonna have to like literally peel them off. So I guess what, wax paper, parchment paper.
Yep.
I'd rather do the spray paint myself. Uh, but I was thinking of the name of, is it? begins with an M, mode something or other. I have a bag of it in the cupboard. I will snap a picture of it and drop it in the Discord. They make teeny tiny elbow macaroni, but
Yes,
they
I know what one
also
you're
have
talking about.
teeny tiny,
Yes.
it's at like in a little bag. They're like 50 cents.
Yes. Best one.
And they have little teeny, yeah, they have little tiny stars. I think that would be so
It would
cool.
be. It would be perfect. And Michael,
Mhm.
in the chat, thank you for letting me know I'm adjusting my audio as we're going. So it might take a minute for my audio to pick up to the right level. And if it goes too high, let me know and I'll turn it back down. Sorry. But yeah, no, get
But
the little
yeah, I
mini
like this
star
idea.
noodles, or you can even break up little pieces of
Right,
spaghetti and put little
right.
whatever you want. And so, and you see how they used
Mhm.
one of the bow tie noodles for the for the
Right,
wreath? Absolutely.
right.
You can just have so much fun doing this stuff. And all it is Elmer's glue paper. If you want to draw a picture, put a kid's picture in it, and then you just put a little hole in the top of the paper and boom, got yourself an ornament.
Oh, I like that. I
I
like
think it's a
that. That's a
brilliant
good idea,
idea.
and that would probably, yeah, and I think that would last a long time.
I think it would
It's not
too.
something that would fall apart real easy. Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I was leaning for, is something that's so
Right. Right, and think about, you could use this idea for any time of the year.
yeah.
Really, Valentine's Day is coming up, Easter, you could do the same type of thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that gives me some good ideas. I like that idea.
Yeah. And you could like
Mm.
Halloween. Could you imagine having Halloween?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I would have so much
Uh-huh.
fun. Yep. And so this is again nifty little
Yeah.
ideas. So simple. Paint them, glue
Right.
them,
Right.
perfecto.
Correct.
Oh,
Okay. What's
and
the second one?
oh, I gotta go grab it. I accidentally closed that tab. I apologize. One moment while I fix this. I'm going to this for a minute and then and sorry, I gotta do it this way, folks. I not everybody needs to see my Google saved things and whatnot. So here we go. Back. Mistletoe footprints. And I was thinking it would be perfect for the baby. And you could
Oh,
put that as a
yeah.
Christmas
Oh, is that
card.
cute? Mm.
You just paint their toes,
Right.
their feet, and they say, the acrylic paint works best according to them. It does, as long as you wash it
Okay.
off quickly, you shouldn't have a problem, but it'll be thicker and brighter than washable. You just
Right.
need a card, some whip ribbon and glue, and then you can go ahead and use it as a Christmas gift. Christmas card. We put the baby's picture in the middle.
Uh, the only thing about that is I can't get him to hold still enough to wipe his face, let alone to get paint on his foot. You know what I mean? Like after he eats breakfast,
If you get a big enough
I have
piece of
to
paper,
fight
you
him.
could do it with the with your older grandson, with Jake. You could just do a bigger one.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. We don't want to do that because
You'll end up
he
with
is
paint
wearing a
prints all
size
over the
seven and a
place.
half. But he wears a size 7.5 in men's shoes at
So
9
just
years old.
so he's
Do you know?
2.5 size
Do you
he's 2
know?
sizes smaller than me.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, how big of a Christmas card am I going to have to send out,
Oh, no, you could just do
with
it as
his
so like a
footprint?
poster at the door greeting people.
There you go. Poster. Yeah. We could hang it at the fireplace. There you go.
Huh.
Oh, I don't even know if I want to see, I don't know if I want to see his feet that big, but he would do it.
He's
Oh,
gonna be
that's funny.
tall. He's gonna be tall. I yeah.
Uh-huh.
When I was
Yeah.
a little bit older than I think I was
I,
about 10 when I wore a size 7 in women's.
wow. I think that if I got him to do it, I would have him do it up in the bathroom
Uh-huh.
and
The
just
tub is
separate
right there.
a tub of water so he could wash it
No,
off. Right,
you
right.
do know how to get the baby's one is when he's asleep. You gently paint his foot, or you stick his foot in the paint bowl, and then you put it on the paper.
I think did I don't know if I told everybody because that is an idea, but the baby would probably stir. But I'm gonna throw my son under the bus. Uh, so we have Elf on the Shelf up at their house, and I down here Jacob likes Snoop Dogg, so I have Snoop Dogg Elf on the Shelf. Well, up at
Oh
their
my
place, they
god.
move the elf is everywhere, right? So EJ wakes up and the elf put fingernail polish on on his toenails on one of
Oh my
his
god,
feet.
that's funny.
Was
That's funny. Oh my god, I love that.
and and the elf was at the bottom of his bed. I
Oh
was
my
so,
god.
and they Jake. It was priceless. I was
That is
dying,
perfect.
and so now I want to know if when the elf is going to go back and paint his other foot.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Was
we have an elf on a shelf that we got when my niece and nephew were still really young, and his name is Elvis. And we still put him out every year. But oh, we've never
right?
taken him down sometimes. Oh, all the time. Well, Elvis
Yes, Snoop Dogg.
used
Yes,
to
Snoop
do
Dogg.
all
Yeah.
kinds of mischief. One time we hung him, well, not by
Uh
his
huh.
neck, but had him hanging from the light fixture in the living room. There was a ceiling
Yeah.
fan in our living room where we lived. So we hung him up on that. And there was another time that he was playing in the flour for the cookies. And yeah, he
Oh no.
got into one time he climbed the Christmas tree. So, yes, Elf on a Shelf is a great thing for kids.
Oh, speaking. Yeah. Wait. Speaking of Christmas trees, I forgot. Ah, Eric. Now the it's not decorated yet. Thank goodness.
Uh-huh.
Eric went into the living room this morning, and the tree was laying down on its side.
Oh,
You
no.
you know who did it, don't you?
The
Yes,
baby
you
or the
know who did
dog?
it.
The baby or the dog?
Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde did
Oh,
it.
Jekyll and Hyde took your tree over?
Yes.
Oh, that's so
Yes, they
funny.
did.
Oh, aren't you so glad you don't got glass
That's
ornaments?
Well, that's why all the good stuff is still put away. When we got
Until they
them,
grow up.
uh, they were so until I mean, they're gonna be 2.5, and you would
Yeah.
think they're settled, but
Uh-uh.
2 of
My
them get
cats
into
didn't
so much
settle till they were
mischief.
7 or 8 years old, sometimes older.
Ugh, well,
They're kittens a
I
lot
mean, none of
longer
the
than
good stuff is
they
out.
think.
Yes, and we went and got all plastic balls and,
I
but
had a
he went in
ceramic nativity
and I
scene that the cats hated baby Jesus on, and they kept trying to knock him and the camels over and stuff. It was so funny. They
oh,
literally just
geez.
knocked everything. They would knock the figures over, and I'd be like, "Get down!" And then they'd look at me and just slap another one. It's like, oh, yeah. I got to be careful. I
Uh-huh.
think YouTube's still
Yeah.
mad at me for yesterday and a couple of times this. But yeah,
Well,
cats, they'll look at
get
you
over it.
and do it. They will look
Mhm.
at you
Oh,
dead in the eyes and still do what you tell
I
them
know.
not to do. It's like, you
Not to do.
butthead.
Exactly.
You're lucky I love you.
Yep. So, so we're in the new living room is where the tree is. Last year, he we had it tied. He put a hook in the ceiling and it was tied so that they couldn't knock it over. I don't know if he's going to do it this year or not, but
Um,
we'll see
yep.
what happens.
You
But
know what we have done before
it
is
was epic.
the Christmas star wouldn't stay on the tree, so we put a little hook in the ceiling and hung it from there.
Right.
And the cats
Yep.
knocked
Yep.
over the tree, but the star's still hanging from the ceiling. It's like, really?
Yeah. Fudge. Yeah, I just heard mother effer, and I'm like, what? What's the matter? He goes, the tree is laying on its side. It's almost a
You
7-foot
know,
tree and it's
you
laying down.
said
I
you this
was
is your
like,
first year cheat going artificial, but could you imagine cleaning up the water and the a live one?
yeah, that would be rough. Yeah. And it really is hard. After all these many years, our first artificial tree, and uh,
I
well,
had to grow up
with
with
the kids and
artificial trees
everything, and
because
they
of my
both,
asthma and allergy. They couldn't bring
I
a
was going
real
to say,
pine tree
yeah,
in. But when I
yeah.
got into my
And
teenage
once,
years,
well,
allergies got better. They did start using real ones. My dad went out to the backyard and cut one down and brought it in. We have the perfect pine.
yeah.
And again,
Well,
you don't.
once I heard that the baby was trying to, yeah, eat their tree, I was like, I don't think it's a good idea to, because they have an artificial one, and I'm like, if he tries to eat a real tree, I think
He's
we
gonna
might
have.
be in
He
trouble.
would never do
So
it again. I tell you that. He'd never chew
this
on
is
those
true.
needles again.
I know.
'Cause
So
that would be too
it's funny,
funny. Could you imagine the look on his face? He had
right?
a mouthful of sap and
Uh huh. Right.
yeah.
So maybe what would work in here instead for people too, instead of the footprint, is to do handprints.
Yes,
Uh,
handprints are also a way to work.
right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just a cute little idea if you have a toddler who will sit
Okay.
still long enough to
Right.
it, or you have big
Exactly.
enough pieces of
It's
paper.
cute.
You could do a banner with everybody's
Right.
footprints. You get the butcher's paper and you
This
roll
is
it
true.
out, everybody's
Yep.
footprints with their names on it, and you hang that on a wall.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so great. And then, the next year they're bigger than they were last year, except for the adults.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hold up one second.
Okay.
You think a vest is going to keep you warm in 30-degree temps? Go get a hoodie. Okay, sorry, my son. I love him to death.
No problem.
Just get the one with the crack bags on it.
Okay.
I got him a hoodie that has a bunch of crack bags on it because he always makes white powder jokes. So I got him one for Christmas and he
Okay.
refuses to wear it in public because he thinks he'll get arrested for it.
What, a drug dealer gone public, huh?
Yeah, like seriously, the cops will probably just laugh at it because we're in a small town. I mean, the
Yeah.
sheriffs technically and the deputies, they would probably just die laughing at my son's hoodie, but he refuses
Right.
to wear
Right.
it. They're not going to arrest you. If
Okay.
anything, the cops and or the sheriffs and stuff would laugh at it and give you a high five. No, just yes, always carry self defense items and get your wallet. Find it. Sorry. He's 21 and I got to remind him to carry what he needs to carry when he's out in public. Uh, I won't. You're still going to wear the vest.
All
Okay.
right. So,
Back to the podcast. So next up,
what do we got for today? Is Friggin' Friday, so this is Crazy Bees Jam. She pulls up whatever stories we didn't cover. She, as the editor, gets to decide what we're going to show.
well, it's just basically the stuff we didn't get to, and it's kind of a hodgepodge of whatever. The nail clippers,
Exactly.
buddy. So you found my nail clippers.
Okay.
All right. I'm going live. Get out. Go. I want to finish this. My God, my son. Anyone new to this podcast? My son is a sideline host who likes to run his mouth from the corner of the room instead of getting a mic and joining us.
There you go.
So we have a Wisconsin judge who thinks it's okay for her to hide an illegal from ICE, if I remember correctly.
Correct. And that's correct. We actually debuted her somewhere in the podcast. I don't recall
A while back.
which video. Yeah, it's a lot. It's been a while. We showed when she was arrested, and when they hauled her, when they came to, they actually arrested her in court, uh, and walked
Yes,
her
it was
out in
funny.
hand. And the car was waiting for her right out front. And
No one
the
is above the
Dems,
law.
obviously, right, the Dems pitched a bitch, and everybody was like, a judge, she shouldn't do this, and she was just trying to protect them, blah, blah, blah. But what she did was, and I believe it's in the article here, she took him and kind of like snuck him out the back door,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
thinking, ICE was there to pick him up. And she took him and just
Ran
said,
him out
"Well,
the back.
go run.
Told him an escape route
Yeah,
out
be
of the
free."
courthouse.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, no, actually, he was an illegal. Uh, Owen? No, I don't want it. I never
Crazy
said I
B,
wanted it.
scroll up, I'll start reading.
Okay, there we are. Sorry.
Okay, could you enlarge that just a tad?
Yes, I can. I apologize for the interruption. I am so sorry.
Okay. A jury found a Wisconsin judge accused of helping an undocumented immigrant. I love that. He is an illegal alien, not a undocumented immigrant. He is an illegal alien as defined by the United States of America.
The
If you don't
Constitution
like
said
the
so.
terminology, yes. If you don't like the terminology, petition your local representative or senator to
Yep.
make changes in Congress. So she attempted to help. Well, she didn't. She's accused. She did. It's on video of helping an undocumented immigrant dodge federal authorities, guilty of obstruction on Thursday, marking a victory for President Donald Trump as he continues his sweeping immigration crackdown across the country. Federal prosecutors charge Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan with obstruction, a felony, and concealing an individual to prevent arrest, a misdemeanor, in April. The jury acquitted her on the concealment count, but she still faces up to 5 years in prison on the obstruction count. The
Ooh.
jury returned the verdict after deliberating for 6 hours. Dugan faces up to 5 years in prison when she's sentenced, but no date has been set as of late Thursday evening.
Okay.
Did you scroll up crazy? Okay. Uh, Dugan and her attorneys left the courtroom on Thursday. They ducked into a side conference room and closed the door without speaking to reporters. Steve Biskupic, her lead attorney, later told reporters that he was disappointed with the ruling and didn't understand how the jury could.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I bumped something. I apologize. There you go.
And didn't understand how the jury could have reached a split verdict since the elements of both charges were virtually the same. U.S. Attorney Brad Schimmel denied the case was political and urged people to accept the verdict peacefully. He said courthouse arrests are safer because people are screened for weapons, and it isn't unfair for law enforcement to arrest wanted people in courthouses. Some have
Really?
sought to make this a larger political battle, Schimmel said. While this case is serious for all involved, it is ultimately about a single day, a single bad day. Could you scroll up, Crazy B? A single bad, whoops, where are we at here?
Too far.
Okay, a single bad day in a public courthouse. The defendant is certainly not evil, nor is she a martyr for some greater cause. You know what? She's not evil, okay, but she is a martyr for some greater cause. What greater
No.
cause? He is a
None.
judge, for Pete's sake.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a political activist from the left, is what she is. So
Yes.
she is from her bench determining whether or not an illegal alien in this country should be arrested or set him free out onto the streets. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Acco- According to court filings that include an FBI affidavit and a federal grand jury indictment, immigration authorities traveled to the Milwaukee County Courthouse on April 18th after learning that 31-year-old Eduardo Flores Reyes had re-entered the country illegally and was scheduled to appear before Dugan for a hearing in a state battery case. Okay, so he re-entered, which means he was here before.
Yes.
So this is his second illegal uh, being here in the country. And then on top of it, a battery case.
Yeah.
That's violent. That is a violent criminal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Dugan learned that the agents were in the corridor outside her courtroom waiting for Flores. She left the courtroom to confront them, falsely telling them that their administrative warrant for him wasn't sufficient, grounds to arrest him, and directing them to go to the chief judge's office. While the agents were gone, she addressed the case off the record and told his attorney that he could attend the next hearing via Zoom, and led Flores and the attorney out a private jury door. Agents spotted Flores in the corridor, followed him outside, and arrested him after a foot chase. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security announced in November he had been deported. Woo! The case
I'm happy to
inflamed
hear that.
tensions. Yes. The case inflamed tensions over Trump's immigration crackdown. Now, I want to remind everybody that is what the people voted him to do. So, for those of you that are complaining that it is Trump's decision, no, it's not.
It's
It's the
not.
people that voted him into office that wanted the crackdown. And now that it's happening, uh, things are a little bit on the wild side. And speaking of this, Crazy Bee, I'm going to try to pull. Would you do me a favor if you wouldn't mind reading the rest of this? There is Ilhan Omar went on TV, and I forgot about that. If I could pull an article or a video, could I send
Okay.
that to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you won't mind reading the rest.
Yep.
Okay.
Prosecutors worked during the trial to show that she directed agents, chief judge's office, to create an opening for Flores Ruiz. Prosecutors also played audio recordings from her courtroom in which she can be heard telling the court reporter that she'd take the heat for leading Flores out the back. Her attorney countered that she was trying to follow the court protocols and called for court employees to report any immigration agents to their supervisors, and she didn't intentionally try to obstruct the arrest. Bullshit. She absolutely intentionally did if she warned them in advance. And that is not protocol. Protocol is hand the assholes over. I
Yes,
mean, it makes
ma'am.
sense, right?
Yes.
So what the hell's the problem? Why are they pulling this shit? Makes no sense to me, right?
I
Absolute
agree.
insanity. Absolute absolute pure insanity. Why is it allowed? Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it. This is unacceptable. Story has been updated with addition. So, yep, she is found guilty. It's nice to see some of these judges getting what they deserve.
Well, the issue will be, for me at least, will be the sentencing,
Uh
right?
huh.
If she's a judge, they're probably going to go in there and cry, oh, boo hoo, she's a judge, and the inmates will probably attack her. let's give her either house arrest or put her on probation.
Uh-uh. Nope. And nope.
Yeah,
And nope some more. I'm sorry. Too bad. Bad, too sad. Not happening. Oopsie. Got to hit trans. Um, yeah, too bad, too sad. I don't
right.
care anymore.
No,
I don't.
right.
Caring? I'm not caring.
I don't care either. I didn't get a
Uh-huh.
chance to watch this yet, Crazy Bee, but from this channel that it's usually okay. And I didn't want them to have to listen to either one of us struggle through articles today. So
No, I 100%
uh
understand. And I'm sorry, folks,
yeah,
that I'm playing
I
with the live chat, trying to get the margins right and like the different things. It's just giving me let's see if this makes any. No, I needed to. Yeah, I needed to do. Nope, it's still too dark. Why is it still too opaque? I gotta fight with that later. I apologize. The live chat is kind of gonna take up a bit of this. I don't know why. Let me just hide it for the moment that we're watching. Then I'll pull it back up. Um, it's just
that's
one of those days where everything's all over the place.
well, yeah. Rex Sisters friggin' Friday.
Yes, it is. And again, when
Mhm.
I had to install OBS onto the computer, when I carried everything to the internal drive instead of an external drive,
Uh-huh.
OBS did not share my keep my settings from on the old drive. Every time you install OBS, you gotta redo all your settings. So I've got to play with it and go from there. Be patient with
Okay.
me.
Somalia,
All right. So with
which
that,
is barely a country. You know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America is a bad place. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? We keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back
Amen.
to where they came
Hold
from
on,
and
hold on,
fix it.
hold on. I won't even help family that doesn't try to help themselves. They have to put forth an
mm-hmm,
effort to better their situation if I'm going to help them. Why the hell am I going to
right,
tolerate it from some stranger?
right,
And yet, our entire country seems to think okay, people who are here freeloading off the system, getting in, taking away benefits, but not adding anything to the country. I'm sorry, you gotta go. You gotta go. I can't do that. I can't. I won't do it with my family. I won't do it with my friends. Hell no.
mm-hmm,
Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm glad Trump is saying this. I'm glad he's calling it out. They didn't try to fix their country. They didn't try to it nice. They just let it fall to
no,
shit, and then they come here and do the same thing.
right. And again, remember that their budget is over, say, 190, is it $1 million or, uh,
Their
and
G.
right. And Ilhan Omar and the Somalian community took monies from the state and the feds and sent that much money back over to Somalia. So we gave them more money than their total uh, budget for their country. We gave them more, and that money got then funneled to various terrorist organizations.
Did did
Yep.
we are whoops. All right, we are funding terrorists on accident.
Yes, we are.
How is that okay?
It's not. And, uh, you know, there are many, many videos of Ilhan Omar denouncing the United States and white men in particular.
Yes.
White, it is the white man who is the problem in the country. And not only that, but the people that support Trump, she said we're stupid.
Oh yeah, she don't like us at all.
Right.
She really don't like us. And I don't care if she don't like us. She can get the hell over it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had it.
Now,
Yeah.
this came out, and there's still more to play the video, but I believe this is a stunt that she pulled to deflect on what is going on in the country.
Yes.
And she made statements about the money that was stolen, and she said, "Oh well, it was all due to the COVID money that came in, and the federal government just whipped that together and gave it to us, and we didn't know what to do with it,
So
or
you
we
took
did,
our
and but there
federal
wasn't
money
real
and
good."
sent it overseas? That is so unacceptable.
Yeah, but that's the way it is with any new program.
No,
And
it's
then he
not.
said it was racist. It's racist that we are questioning them.
Bullshit.
Hmm.
That's not racist. That's
So,
a imbecile.
right. So Tom Homan and the president and CBP, Walls, Tampon Tim, and Ilhan Omar, they want ICE to produce records for every single person that they stop.
I like that.
Okay. My issue with that is one, that is just the manpower to pull that off. But what they're doing again is deflecting from the real issue with how the monies, the billions of dollars, were stripped and sent over to Somalia. He has nothing to say about, Tim Walz has nothing to say. When you ask him, he has nothing to say about the missing money. So what they're going to do is they're trying to deflect and come up with what we're going to watch. This is unbelievable.
It is absolutely 100% unacceptable. To put our
Right.
foot down with this. Got to.
Go ahead.
Department of Homeland Security has denied claims that its officers pulled over the son of Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, calling her allegations a political publicity stunt. In a strongly worded statement posted on social platform X, DHS said, "Immigration and Customs Enforcement has absolutely zero record of stopping or questioning Omar's son." The agency
He doesn't
rejected
believe them.
accusations of racial profiling.
She doesn't believe them. Wow.
No, he said that they're there doing racial profiling.
I mean, to a degree, you
But my
have
thing is,
to. You got to
okay,
look for someone who looks like a person you're trying to catch. So you got to
yeah,
kind of racial profile because they're not from this freaking country.
right.
You have to do that. You have
And
to.
and and if there's no record on Homeland Security side, why didn't the son videotape what
What
was
was
going
happening?
on? And even if he didn't videotape, say, when the police were questioning or doing whatever, why didn't he at least, like, give me your badge number? Give me your
Uh
ID
huh.
number? Why didn't he snap a picture of the license plate or a picture of the car? There's nothing.
Right. Yeah. No, did not. So Ilhan Omar's son being the son of a congressperson, should have a dash cam in his vehicle
Yeah.
at minimum to have proof. I mean, that's what everyone should have dash cam. I love that Russia does that. I'm sorry, dash cams are the
Mm-hmm.
best thing for your insurance too. Put up a dash cam, your insurance rates are going to be nice because
Mm-hmm.
it shows how you drive. If you're in an accident, you've got the proof. You see
Right.
someone being stupid ahead of you, you can record it and then get the video off the SD card, or if it's connected to a phone app, drop it through the phone app. I have security cameras that I can access from my phones because they connect to the house Wi-Fi. I can be anywhere on the
Right.
road. And as long as I
Right.
can connect to the internet, I can connect to my cameras. And I
Right.
can hit record. I can crop it so I can see who was in the house, enlarge it, whatever I need to do. That's why do people not think to do this kind of stuff?
Or even if they don't have the dash cam, you take out your cell phone and snap a
Yes,
picture. And you say,
exactly.
I
My
want your
point.
name. Yeah, give me your name and your badge number.
There's nothing wrong with doing that. The problem is
Right.
she and you can't tell me her son wouldn't do that. The son of
I know.
a congresswoman? Come on.
Right.
He ain't that stupid. He's
Uh-huh.
going to record that.
Uh-huh.
If they're doing something illegal, you record it. They're recording it too because I'm sure they've got body cam footage.
Hmm.
So yeah, you want to say, "Oh, they're lying?" Prove it.
Well, and you'll hear Ilhan Omar come out and say, we know that ICE lies and they kidnap people. So
Yes.
go ahead. Yeah. Yep.
Filing, describing them as reckless, false, and harmful, while defending ICE officers against what it called baseless claims. This after Ilhan Omar, in an interview, claimed that her US-born son was stopped by ICE agents and asked to prove
Stop
his
right there.
citizenship after
Stop
visiting
right
a
there.
target.
Yes.
I want people to realize she goes on and says it is the white man's problem, but she is married to a white man.
Huh.
Just
Interesting.
saying. Just saying.
He doesn't
AOC.
look Muslim to me.
Mm-mm. AOC, same thing. White male boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Don Lemon, same thing. White male boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wasn't Oprah notorious for lighter skinned people?
I believe so. Right now,
Yeah.
the rumor on Twitter is where is Stedman? They haven't seen him.
Ooh, interesting.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so
They
they
say.
have a blended family like my family does.
Mm-hmm.
And if the cops pulled this kid over, you gonna tell me that he didn't think to pull a camera out? I call bullshit.
Exactly. So do I.
I'm calling
All
bullshit. I see we have vanilla pie. Okay, we back. I'm late. She's fake
right.
AF. Yes, she is. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yes, she is.
Right.
I'm telling you guys, I've had it with all these people and their bullshit. And yes, I'll pull the live chat back up as next time because I just don't know. So in the meantime, we'll have to tolerate pinned messages.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, um, she is fake. She is a liar. She's a hypocrite, and I'm absolutely sick of it.
So am
And I
I.
think we need to start calling these people out more. And again,
Yep.
this kid at this age doesn't know to pull out a phone when he gets stopped by ICE. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
I agree. Go ahead, hit play.
Citizenship after visiting a Target store in Minnesota. She said her son was allowed to leave only after showing his passport, which she claims he now carries regularly due to repeated encounters with immigration authorities.
Hold up.
Omar also alleged
Hold
that
up.
ICE agents
Hold up.
Go ahead.
He's driving a car and he had to show his passport. Where's his driver's license?
I don't know. I don't know.
And
That's a
his
good
insurance
question.
card. Where's
That's a
his
good
driver's
question.
license and the insurance card?
Good question. I don't know.
Whose car was it?
I would assume hers or his
Right.
or her
Right.
husband's.
Right.
Mhm.
So if there was an encounter, right, they would have ran, and I don't know what the last name of the kid is, but if it was, Omar, then you would have thought that there would be some type of connection made. But what
Yeah,
I don't know, right?
I don't either. Doesn't make
All right,
sense,
go
does it?
ahead. I know.
Agents previously
Oh, and the
entered a
other thing
mosque while
too
her
is
son was
the other
Go ahead.
the other thing too is she also blamed white men for the stealing. They're the ones that started the program. Other people just unknowingly became part of it. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
praying, adding to what she described as a troubling pattern of targeting. The comments come amid a recent surge of immigration enforcement operations in Minnesota. Federal officials say the operations are aimed at targeting undocumented Somali immigrants. The surge followed remarks by U.S. President Donald Trump criticizing Somali immigrants and Omar personally.
On Tim Walz, Mr. President, do you think he should resign over the fraud scandal in his state?
And who should?
Tim Walz, over the fraud scandal.
Look, I think the man's a grossly incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched JD destroy him in a debate. I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. They were both incompetent, and I had a man and a woman. I thought she was very incompetent too, but now she's leading the field, and I think she's leading the field for the nomination. Anyway, look, that's up to them. That's up to the Democrats. The problem with them is they have really bad policy. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want them to change it necessarily because I want to run against it. Whether it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody that's going to probably sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people running together sitting at this table, But I want them to win because we've done a great job for this country, and I want that to be carried forward. And I think we have a tremendous bench, really a tremendous bench. But I think that Walz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him. Okay? There's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America is a bad place. It hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have. They got a lot of lakes. But this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off. And now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that, Scott. I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars. Billions. Every year. Billions of dollars. And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We got to rebuild our country. Our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
The president has always had very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic comments when it comes to, people who are of Muslim faith or people who are Black. We've seen him call African nations as shitholes, and so it's not really surprising. But what is weird to me is just how
Stop
creepy
there, crazy
he's
bee.
been obsessed with me.
Uh-huh.
And shitholes would be an appropriate analogy. Take a look at the third world countries that have no plumbing situations and everybody can see pictures of raw sewage in the street, in their
Uh-huh.
in their water facilities, in the way that they live, the homes, the lack of water in the area, uh, the lack of education, all this government socialism bullshit. When you look at the shithole, change the word shithole, and you got your word socialism.
Yeah.
That's what caused all this. They
Yeah.
are shitholes. He's calling it out for what it really is, and that's what it really is. And if you disagree with us on this matter, I
You're
want you
free
to
to.
Google some. Yeah, but I want them to Google some things, and maybe we need to show a couple videos, Crazy B, on what it's like to live in some of these places. You know, again, but it's not America's job to fix the world, and everybody is looking for us with their hand out.
Yes. That is
And
so true.
we're giving countries billions of dollars in aid. We're
Mm-hmm.
protecting countries with our military.
Yeah,
Why
we
is it
are.
our job?
That is a really good question. Why is it our job?
I mean, I'm not saying not to help anybody, but again, until our own country is fixed, I don't get us to 75% of where we need to be, and then I'll talk to me about helping others.
Yep.
But we have people in our own country that are starving, struggling, no heat, no electricity, you know, homeless people on the street. You hear Gavin Newsom, oh yeah, we take care of our homeless. All they do is the police move them from one spot to another.
Yes. That is. That's what they do.
I
Oh,
don't know, Crazy B. I mean, I wanted to call it out because I'm tired of hearing, oh yeah, Trump, he's racist. He called us shithole country. Well, you are.
yeah, they are. You got a very good point.
I mean, why don't you take the money and the aid that we send you and get yourself out of the shithole instead of sending it to terrorist organizations?
That's a good question. Why don't they?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Well, I don't know. Trump's plan is to eliminate the Marco Rubio came out and said recently that they were going to eliminate the NGOs, and that money that we would be giving to people, other countries, that it would be a direct uh, receipt to them, but then they would definitely have to have some type of accountability.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference. Hey, hon, you have a good day? Oh, it was wonderful. I don't like when you talk like that. That means it was bad. Okay, go ahead, Crazy Bee.
All right.
And the Somali community. I mean, the Somali community is very resilient. We're very strong. We are not going to be intimidated or scapegoated. And I think we are seeing just an outpouring of support from our Minnesota neighbors. And so I just know that this is not going to cause any harm to our community.
Somalia, which is barely a
Lucy
country.
Day.
You know, they have no
They're
anything. They
taking this
just run
at
around
the
killing
door.
each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America is a bad place. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? We keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
I
And
have
he's
to agree
right.
with him.
Yeah, he's right.
He is absolutely right.
I
I
mean, what
absolutely agree.
she has nerve. And again, go out, people, do a Google search on it. You will find exactly what she has said against the American people. And when she talks about her president. She calls him uncle,
Uh
the
huh.
president of Somalia. Tell me that those two aren't tight as could be.
That's a good question.
And she said that she would always support Somalians. That
Mm-hmm.
there's no need for them to worry because she's in Congress now.
Yeah, that's alarming.
Very much
That
so.
one really is alarming. Um, I know you sent another video. Give me 1 second while I pop it
I
up.
didn't watch a crazy. Yeah, I didn't watch a crazy bee. It popped right into my feed as you were saying something. So since we're talking about this, I thought perhaps we'd take a look.
Yes, ma'am. Right here. Vanilla pie. Find me statistically. They're all pretty inbred, so there's a high probability of him being related.
Well, that is true that there is inbreeding. I really didn't plan on talking about that statistically. There, I prefer not to get into details about the race. You can look it up for yourself and you will find the stats,
Mhm.
what is said about them. But I don't want to delve into that right now. I don't think that right now is our cup of tea. Uh, we get into some trouble for that because we'll be racist, even though I
Of
told you on
course.
some, yeah, I'm racist. So take that kind of with a grain of salt. But uh, the Ilhan Omar, you in the writings from the left, they talk about the intimidation about ICE and ICE is bad, and they don't realize that statistically, the majority of like border patrol is Hispanic. Uh, so the agencies themselves are diverse in that they can't come back and say, oh, this is a white man issue, you
Yeah.
know. And I find that funny that she would make those claims as a congresswoman.
I
Uh,
am not surprised by it. I'm gonna be quite
mm-hmm.
honest. I'm not surprised that she's going to make these kinds of claims because it benefits her to do.
Okay.
I think that's
Oh,
why she does what she does.
yeah. So neither one of us has seen this video whatsoever. Uh, and but the thumbnail is it popped up onto my feed, and since we're talking about this issue, it may go hand in hand with what we're talking about.
Let me hit. Oh, let me turn it back on for you guys.
Yeah, I hijacked the editor.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm not worried. Okay, so we've got Dr. Steve Turley, and we're going to listen to what he's got to say about this. I usually like him. If there's an
Mhm.
ad, I'll try to skip past it. I didn't have time because she just sent it to me, so I didn't get to edit. But let's take a listen.
There's an old saying that pride cometh before the fall. But in the age of social media, pride doesn't just come before the fall, it broadcasts the coordinates of that fall to federal law enforcement. Stick with me to the very end of this video because we're going to take a look at the viral video that's caused an uproar among American taxpayers, and we're going to see exactly what the Trump administration is doing in response. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help make sense of the madness as the far left desperately tries to stop the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age that you are making happen all over the world. So if you want a front row seat on how you're changing the world in ways you never even imagined, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Now, some of you may have seen this video, a Somali man mocking and ridiculing the very American taxpayers whose generosity serves as the entire reason for him being here in the first place.
You work all day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day. Free.
What a
I
jerk.
can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah. Go to work for me, you white animals. Work for me. Yeah, you work for me. And the US government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work. Pay them taxes. Take care of me and my people. All right? This is my land. I control this place. This is my reality. You all gonna be enchained. I'm gonna lock all you guys up if you don't pay your taxes. You better pay your taxes.
Now, needless to say that video has gone viral for all the wrong reasons. Far from appreciation and gratitude, we're treated there to a specific type of callous bravado. Again, this isn't the kind of quiet respect and indebtedness that you would expect from a refugee who escaped a war zone and is thankful for safety for himself, for his family. No, far from it. It's literally a spit in the face of every single American taxpayer that gets up every morning and works hard and plays by the rules. It's the arrogance of someone who views the host nation not as a savior, but as a resource to be extracted, literally pillaged. He mocks the American work ethic. He mocks the very mechanism, taxation, that puts food on his table. And it is the quintessential demeanor of what's referred to today as post-Americanism. And that's where American citizens are treated with such disdain and derision, precisely because we are perceived as belonging to a systematically unjust and racist society. One of the reasons why we're considered so unjust and racist is because we as a nation supposedly rose to prominence by exploiting and abusing indigenous populations. And so justice requires that America be repopulated with the very populations we supposedly exploited and pillaged. And so from this vantage point, this post-American vantage point, opening up our borders, right, particularly the southern border for the last 4 years under bumbling Biden, that was actually an act of justice because it allowed our nation to be pillaged by the very people who we supposedly originally pillaged. And that invitation to pillaging is open to all third world nations, including Somalia. And what you just saw there in that video is the quintessential sentiment of this very post-Americanism that has completely infested and infected the Democrat Party. More on that in a moment. But the problem for this guy is that the very tax-paying American citizen that he's mocking there has had enough.
Amen.
The only thing
That's an
more
understatement.
powerful than the compassion and generosity of the American taxpayer is the open and public betrayal of that compassion and generosity. And that's exactly what we're seeing today.
Shields up and guns drawn, Ring surveillance video shows more than a dozen armed federal agents descending on a Burnsville home on Saturday. A woman who lives there tells Fox 9 multiple Latino people who rent rooms there were arrested by ICE after being followed home from the store. A portion of the video shows one man being taken down in the driveway and another woman running inside to her child. We're told the 4 people taken into custody are now being held in immigration facilities out of state. That includes the parents of a 7-year-old boy.
That's Minneapolis media lamenting on the mass ICE raids that are swarming throughout their liberal city. ICE officials are turning the sanctuary city policies of this woke city in on themselves. They're turning it against them. What the legacy media is actively trying to hide from you is that one of the reasons why ICE has to go into neighborhoods like that and go into homes is precisely because sanctuary cities like Minneapolis refuse to allow their law enforcement to detain illegal migrants upon request from ICE. And with those detainers ignored,
Stop there,
the
Crazy
illegals
V.
are set free.
Yep, go right ahead.
Why isn't there something? Why can't something be done
I don't know.
to, you know what I mean? Like, if ICE wants an individual and they're in just because they're in a sanctuary city, my question is, why hasn't anybody from the Trump administration tried to go to court to remove sanctuary status?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know the answer to that either.
I
We'd
am
have to dive
absolutely
into that.
not aware of one.
Yeah. You would think that there could be some type of federal, parent to child type thing going on that they would be able to rein them in a little bit. I mean, if they have the detainer and everything is ready to roll, what?
Yeah,
Why? I don't. Yeah, it's hard to decide
it
what
is.
the answer is. I mean, I'll tell you what. I would help you. That guy, he needed a little bit help of American help there.
Uh-huh.
Calm his ass down. I'm like, you know what? Really, I'm at the point of who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Because
And
it
that's
sure as shit
one
isn't
of the
me.
biggest problems is these people get it in their head that they are the almighty.
Mm,
They get it in their heads that they are the almighty. They're not.
Yeah, but for
Question
years
is
this has been going
why?
on. Right. Well, let's see if Turley answers it.
Free into the community. And so ICE has to find them. The problem for these woke liberals is that when ICE does find them, they're arresting every illegal they find in their proximity. When they go into a home and arrest a criminal, a violent, somebody who's arrested that they have records of, illegal migrant, they're going to arrest every illegal migrant in that home. So the Minneapolis media can whine and complain all they want. They're the ones allowing this to happen. If those illegals on camera were kept detained by officials as requested by ICE, ironically, far less people would be getting deported right now. So they only have themselves to blame. But that's only because the legacy media, when all is said and done, They don't report news. They report narratives. What's sold as neutral reporting is too often activism in disguise, crafted to guide perception rather than reveal truth. And so as a result, millions are waking up to the realization that the news is broken. But it doesn't have to stay that way. And luckily, there is a solution. Ground News brings together headlines from over 50,000 news sources on one side of the aisle, whether it will know with limited access to all the features of scan the QR.
There we go.
Hospitality is not unconditional. When you see ICE operations ramping up, understand that this isn't random cruelty. It is the restoration of order. A country that tolerates open mockery of its own citizens is a country in terminal decline. A country that enforces its boundaries and demands respect is a country on the rise. And that's exactly what the latest polls are showing. According to the latest YouGov poll, just 18% of American citizens want immigration increased. 18%. A plurality want immigration stopped completely, or at least dramatically reduced. And perhaps most stunningly, given the legacy media's penchant for pushing narrative over news, most stunningly, Latinos are more hostile to immigration than the general U.S. population. 40% of Latinos want immigration decreased, while 30%, a plurality of the general population, wants immigration decreased. It's one of the reasons that Democrats are in a polling freefall. Did you see this? The latest Quinnipiac poll has Democrats down to an abysmal 18% approval. 18%. Interestingly, that's the same number as those who want to actually increase immigration. 18%. It don't get a whole lot lower than that. What we're actually witnessing here with these mass deportation operations isn't new. It's part of a historical pattern that political scientists call demographic correction cycles. Demographic correction cycles. So when nations face rapid demographic changes that threaten social cohesion, along with economic instability, they often respond with large-scale removal operations to restore a sense of cultural and economic normalcy. I mean, we saw this with the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We saw it with the Operation Wetback in 1954. America, as have all nations, periodically engages in mass deportation efforts during times of economic stress and perceived cultural threat. And that's the pattern. These cycles typically occur in, they'll have a threefold frames of reference that sort of come together. First and foremost, you get economic anxiety peaking as when American workers rightly fear job competition and the driving down of their wages through a mass influx of migration, as well as a sense of exploitation by migrants living off the dole. Secondly, you have cultural identity threatened, and that's where sudden and rapid demographic changes end up creating a mass backlash. We actually saw that back in 2016 when Trump crushed Hillary. Counties, particularly in Appalachia and the Midwest, places like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, counties that had experienced the most cultural disruption due to migration, those counties were most likely to vote for Trump. It was literally the exact opposite of what the liberal globalist elite thought would happen. They thought if you inundated these counties and regions with mass migration, that would turn those regions blue. But ironically, the exact opposite happened. Wherever migration populations flooded a region, that region ironically turned more to the right as they saw their culture, customs, and traditions, particularly their language, threatened. So mass deportations occur whenever economic anxiety peaks, whenever cultural identity feels threatened, and then thirdly, when the political opportunity emerges. So you actually have to have leaders capitalizing on public frustration, willing to act. And, there's a fourth one. You have to have an infrastructure capacity has to exist. So the government has to have the tools to act and act effectively. And what we're seeing, particularly with these mass raids, is all four of those conditions aligning perfectly in the era of the Trump administration. That TikToker wanted to be famous. He wanted to show the world how easy he had it. Well, he succeeded. He showed 300 million Americans exactly why our immigration enforcement needs to be ruthless and efficient. He thought he was flexing his EBT card. In reality, he was handing the Trump administration the most powerful campaign ad they could have ever dreamed
Big
of.
time.
The party is over. The bill has arrived. And for the first time in a long time, the American taxpayer isn't the one paying it. If today's message resonated with you, you'll love Turley Walks.
All right, that's that for him.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm
I think
shocked that person, legal or illegal, would make those comments.
I know.
Wow.
It's kind of bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
It is really kind of
Okay.
bizarre. Sorry.
Another cog in
Interacted.
our another cog in our immigration, illegal
That
immigration
needs
stuff.
some work and some greasing and
Right.
repairs. I mean, if you
Uh-huh.
don't maintain a system or even a car, it's going to fall and break. It's going to fail. You change your brakes on your car. You there's so many options that we have. I can use as scenarios. You should have high blood pressure. Oh, let me fix it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. Yet we're having this
And
dilemma
uh-huh.
that doesn't make sense. We have
I
an
don't know.
entire system they are not maintaining and upkeeping. What they thought the one
Right.
from the 70s, the immigration system, the 70s, is going to work without any maintenance to it? I
Right.
got news for them. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Time to fix our system.
Okay. All right. I promise I won't hijack you again. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay because now we are into liberal hive mind. And I accidentally clipped
Oh,
this as I believe in socialism. I love that you're so open about your mental illness. Great
that's
meme. And that's
yes,
from
it
his
is.
website, Hivemind. And I love going there. Really great meme. Really great. So if you ever get bored, go check out fivemind.com. I signed up right away. So, yeah, here we go.
All right, folks, so
Okay.
take a look at this
What do you?
announcement from Marco Rubio.
The United States has spent
Oh,
billions.
yeah. This is the Marco Rubio one about the NGOs.
Oh, okay, cool. That's
So,
just awesome, Crazy B.
because
That
it
worked
ties
out
into what
well.
we've been talking
Yes,
about.
it does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
funny.
And
Okay.
actually, I really need
All right,
to
folks, so
kind
let's
of
first start off with
hold on.
Jasmine.
Whoops, I apologize. I want to move some things around. So give me 1 second because I want to put that more towards the end because it actually doesn't pertain to this. I don't need split view to multitask because I want to stick with the immigration stuff and then deal with that one towards the end so we can make fun of it.
Okay. Uh-huh.
All right, here we go.
Billions of dollars over the years in helping with health strategies all across the world. What we learned over time, and especially after coming here, is that oftentimes, and I'm oversimplifying it, but this is an accurate description. What would happen is we would go to a country and say, we're going to help you with our healthcare needs. Then we would drive over to Northern Virginia somewhere, find an NGO, one of these organizations, give them all the money, tell them go to this country and do their healthcare program for them. That NGO would then take about, some percentage of that money for their overhead and administrative costs. And by the time it got down to it, the host country had very little influence. It was sort of imposed on them, and only a percentage of the overall money ever actually reached the patients and the people on the ground that we were trying to help because of these costs. This makes no sense. So why are we hiring American and international NGOs to go into other countries and run healthcare systems that are parallel and sometimes in conflict with the healthcare systems of the host country?
If we're trying to help countries, help the country. Don't help the NGO to go in and find a new line of business. So that's what the model that we're breaking. We're not doing this anymore. We are not going to spend billions of dollars funding the NGO industrial complex while close and important partners like Kenya are either have no role to play or have very little influence over how healthcare money is being spent. Bottom line is, if you want to help a country, work with that country.
So essentially what's being described here, my understanding is that moving forward, foreign aid is now supposed to be structured so that if America wants to help a foreign country, it will now move forward funding that country directly. No more massive tax dollars moving around through a web of NGOs with all these subcontractors and bureaucrats, all these partner organizations, and of course, let's not forget with all the connections to the globalist organizations. No, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. The logic is simple.
Amen, I
Wire
live
the
by
money
KISS.
to the government. Say
Yeah.
these funds that we are giving you are for X, Y, and Z, and then track every single dollar or even send the money over, but rather in an American-controlled bank account. All the money being spent has to be pre-approved. You have the ability to freeze the money. There's full transparency, full ability to audit. Basically, let them do the labor and put all the power of oversight in your hands, as opposed to the current system, which is hand a bunch of money to Democrats and all of their friends who go partying around the world pretending as if they're freaking doing something. Here's $300 million to build schools in Africa. And 12 years later, not a single school is built, but they've done studies and assessments. They've gone back and forth with local authorities. The people are sick of it. We've heard countless stories of this. And so obviously there has to be a better way. Now, will it work everywhere? Of course not. I'm not advocating for sending $1 billion wire transfer to the Iranian regime. Obviously, you have to practice discretion, but in a lot of cases, especially with countries that we have decent relationships with, why not? Especially in situations where we can kind of interface with the government and trust them to a certain extent. And again, if the right structure is set up to control the disbursement of funds, to be able to track every single dollar, a chain of custody of sorts, well then why not? It's time to put this NGO racket to an end. It's time to completely end this career path of being a permanent taxpayer bloodsucker. When it comes to foreign aid, when it comes to big government spending, when it comes to distributing funds for projects, there simply should not be thousands of freaking government middlemen involved in those transactions. Each one of them taking a slice, taking a little piece of the pie, skimming the top, if you will. The whole notion of these NGO middlemen is something that shouldn't exist, or it should only exist in very extreme particular cases where it makes sense. But the left will tell you, well, middlemen are needed everywhere. Look at the world of business. But in business, a middleman either adds value to the deal or dies. If you're a distributor, if you're a broker, if you're a platform, you have to actually bring something to the table in order to get your commission. You need to be bringing something of value. There's a profit incentive. It's a balanced transaction. That's how a functioning market works. But in government, it's just endless middlemen. They just keep multiplying. The money's not earned, it's appropriated from taxpayers. There's no balance to transaction. It's monopoly money. Ooh, spending, spending, spending. And slowly but surely, especially in a late-stage liberal world, after decades of government growth, it starts to become dizzying. I mean, the roots have really taken and they've spread and they're everywhere. There's just thousands upon thousands of organizations, all sucking the teat of government, siphoning and siphoning and siphoning. You know, actually, this just comes to mind. I was just watching a Black conservative perspective video. He was covering a Dave Ramsey clip. Let me just play it. I think it'll make sense. It'll speak for itself.
I am a small business owner. I've been in business for about 5 years, and I've been doing pretty well financially for the last 4 years until January hit. And now a lot of the current administration's policies have hit about every single section of my job.
What business are you? Tell me about your business.
So I'm a consulting firm that helps to support humanitarian initiatives with corporations, colleges, and school districts. So essentially, they bring me in as a consultant to repurpose their furniture and fix assets with charities around the world.
And I'm just curious, not trying to get into a political rabbit hole, but how are the current policies affecting your income?
So first off, we're a women-owned certified small business. So the DEI initiative, we took a pretty hard hit with that in January. The grants for the universities being revoked, that caused some cash crunches for some of the programs and some of the projects that they do traditionally over the summer.
Gotcha.
Funding for the public schools, obviously if programs are being let go or, Department of Education is, being restructured, all of those things, school districts are downsizing themselves and kind of wondering how they're going to have the programs that they need to take care of their students. And then obviously the tariffs, which we all know that's a subject in and of itself, but
how are the
all of those factors combined?
Okay. All right. So bottom line is that money has dried up. What was coming in freely to pay for your consultancy services have dried up.
Another taxpayer grifter. Oh, Donald Trump's so evil. The funding has dried up. I can no longer do what I was doing, my quote, business. What business? She can't even describe what she was doing. There's no real business case there. It's just a bunch of freaking useless bureaucrats collecting massive, massive contracts from the taxpayers to do nothing. And that's happening domestically. California is the freaking mecca of that. And of course, it's happening on an NGO level as well. In fact, these kinds of schemes, in my view, are the back.
I'm going to pause right here because NGOs are the absolute worst. Like he's
I
saying,
agree.
they need, again, started under good intentions under Kennedy, JFK, but were quickly hijacked.
Oh, big
Very
time.
quickly
They were-
hijacked.
yeah. There were talks of, how high we rank up on this in this area, and it's on the shocking side.
Yeah, it's
Well, no,
alarming.
yes, yeah, it shouldn't be probably given, the last 4 years of, with Biden trying to get everybody in. I, I don't know, Crazy B, about this one.
I don't either, and that's why I just kind of stick with what I know. And
I
right
mean, but
now,
yeah,
they're a disaster, and I don't want to deal with them.
yeah. And I think that the NGOs need to be put together to make like a big tree.
I think they do too,
Mm-hmm.
because it's getting way out of hand, out of control,
Right.
and it it's just a mess. Why would we be okay with this? Someone please tell me.
I know.
What on God's great earth made these people think that we would be okay with them stealing our money and using it to like fund terrorists and warlords
Right.
and all this other stuff? And again, I've always held, we want to go help the people, drop the food off to the people directly. Don't go through
Mm-hmm.
their governments, especially in war-torn places like Somalia and other areas. Don't give it to the frickin' warlord to distribute, because he's never gonna fucking do it. Common fucking sense. Airdrop a
Exactly.
couple of packages to the villages and screw the
Mm,
government.
right.
Like, how hard is it? We did it
And I
during
think,
World War II when Germany blocked off,
right.
well, after World War II, it was an East Germany mission type of thing. We dropped off food. We airdropped, I don't even know how many B-52s of food.
Uh-huh.
And they just airdropped them with a parachute to these people in all of East Germany and got food to them because their government was restricting them and they were starving. You're going to tell me we can't do that again? We got better logistics now than we had back in the 40s through the 70s,
Exactly.
80s when it finally ended. Come on, folks. Just our government's so full of shit. These NGOs are so full of shit. Call them out, correct it. Problem solved. It's just bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm on my rant because I don't like being lied to. So
I know.
there's that. But okay. But I had to put that little rant out there about NGOs and how we could easily do this without them.
Right, right.
Backbone of the Democrat Party. It's the lifeblood. It's their entire industry, and they view it as such. Being a consultant, running an NGO, funneling millions upon millions of dollars into your pocket. This is a career path for people. And now the Trump administration is coming in and saying no more. They're trying to do the same thing on the Obamacare subsidies issue, where Democrats just want to continue feeding the corrupt system, where the lobbyists, the insurance companies,
Yeah, all that money that goes from our government that's supposed to make our insurance cheaper has not made our insurance cheaper. It's just gone to pockets of people to pay for stuff they're not actually doing.
Right.
Like you've talked so many times, D, Obamacare is just buying it directly. It's an extra step you don't frickin' need.
Right. Just call your insurance companies in the area. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most you're going to get for a subsidy on
Obama's
it
thing was,
is, yeah.
Obama's thing, Crazy B, was there is video after video of him telling the American people, oh, when we pass this, every family's going to save $2,500. When we pass
Bullshit.
this, it's going to Yeah. Well, that's what he continued to spout off about.
He can spout off all he
Around
wants. He's
somebody.
full of shit.
Yeah.
He's so full of shit. His eyes are brown.
Uh-huh.
But it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
make it
know.
cheaper. I tried to get the on Medicaid. They said, nope, you don't qualify. Go through Obamacare. Here's so much a month to help cover, cut the cost. It didn't help. For both my kids and my ex-husband, it would still be over $1,000 a month for medical, not including the co-pays that would have to come out of our
Correct.
pocket.
Right. Plus yeah, no, I can't think of the name. The deductions. You
Yep.
know,
Hey, cannabis.
yeah, hey, cannabis. We saw that, you know, not only do you pay, a high premium, but the plans range anywhere from you pay $0, which is obviously a gold plan. So you do end up paying it, or you say, nah, I'm going to go with this store or that store and run into the same type of issues.
Yeah, you go for the
I mean,
gold plan, your co-pays become part of your premium.
correct.
People don't realize it.
Well, say that again.
Your co-pays basically get added into your premium. So instead of you
Added
paying
in.
it
Okay.
at the counter, it's coming out of your premium each month.
Yeah, for some cases that's true, and others, like for Eric, it's
Well, that's
not.
why it
His
costs
is,
so much
yeah,
for the gold packaging.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know. He has the silver, okay, and they offered several different type. We have the an RX HMO with RX attached to it, which is your prescription drugs. But an office visit, okay, his insurance is close to $900 a month, and his health, and when he walks into a doctor's office, it's a $65 copay.
Yep. Based on our income, it would be $480 a month with Medicaid's help per person to get
Wow.
insurance.
Wow.
$480 a month, not including co-pays or the deductibles.
Right.
Because that was the
Or
cheapest plan I
right.
could find. And they
Yeah,
still fuck
or
you
if
over. That's why my kids don't have insurance right now.
yeah. Does he want to drive? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. That
Oh,
was weird.
yeah, it
Okay.
sounded like you couldn't hear me for a second. Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I just
no,
the
my
way
screen went
Obamacare.
black.
Oh, your
Yeah, my
screen went
screen
black.
went black. Yeah, that's
Weird.
strange. We're having two purple screens and a black screen. Wonder what that means.
It means the government doesn't like us saying what we're saying.
Mhm. I was gonna
But
say, and a partridge in a pear tree. Anyway,
the technical screw ups of Christmas.
yeah, there you go.
The technical difficulties of Christmas.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not exhausted. But it it's so frustrating to watch all this and to
Yeah.
know it's such a high level and nobody will take the time to fix it except Trump.
And
He
I've
stood
been bitching about it.
yeah, he stood up and answered the call, and well, we
Fuck
know how that
this.
all went.
Enough of you
Yep.
people. This shit
Yeah.
has to end. It really has to end if we're gonna have anything going good for us.
Right.
It has to
Right.
end.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there's that.
We can't take give up these all handouts out that we're doing.
Yeah, Obama made this Obamacare sound so golden.
Yes,
Something
he
had to
did.
be wrong with it.
Yes. And
And I
now
will
they're
hold
finding
to
out.
that.
Yes. And now we're finding out that again, call your carrier or look at online who your health provider is. They'll tell you, you're paying say $500 a month on
Uh-huh.
directly getting it from the hospital. But then you go to a third party and it might be $40.50 because they took 50 cents to rack that up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right. It's not
No,
right
it's
at
not.
all. Oh,
It's
yeah.
one in the same. So if I showed you and I'll think about doing that, I can show you the invoice and then go out and show you what Obamacare suggests. There's no cost savings. It's the exact same thing.
Yep, it's just an unnecessary step, typical bureaucracy, and and then
Mm-hmm.
our tax dollars are going and funding all this shit that they're not transferring down to us.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
And where's the accountability to the people?
Oh, God knows.
Might have said, yeah, exactly. They might have been in there with, a friend or whatever, and then I don't know.
I know, it's a mess. The entire system's a mess. They get their families working for them
Mm-hmm.
in the NGOs. They get friends, scammers,
Mm-hmm.
anyone and everyone under the sun, and they all collect. The rest of us suffer. I mean, like, seriously, unnecessary positions in a business or an NGO. Unnecessary position. We're paying for it, and we don't get any benefit out of it. Why are we paying for something that we don't benefit from?
Well, I told you about the never mind that. Never mind. Forget that. I don't want to
Okay.
bring that up yet.
Because it'll
Okay,
lead to
sorry about
another
that.
one. All right.
Yeah, because we'll be just going on and on for that, and we'll be here all night. So
Yeah.
I
All
have
right.
that it's after the clock already. Let's finish. Are we finished with this or no?
There's 2 minutes, like 2 minutes
Okay,
left.
why don't we play it and we'll finish him off then?
Okay, sounds like that. Finish him off. That's a kind of threatening tone. All right, folks. Bad joke. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
The politicians, the pharma companies collude together to keep those taxpayers funneling into their pockets. The Trump administration wants to come in and put the money into the consumer's hand. It's a smart solution, and again, they want to starve these bureaucratic grifters. And you see how the Democrats are acting. I mean, of course, the people who are going to be screaming the loudest are the same crowd that are living off this stuff. The NGO world, the consultants, the permanent bureaucracy, the Democrats who do their bidding, the people who just love to bill their consultation fees. They're absolutely terrified that the money's going to be spent the right way. Because if you figure out a way to get the money in the right people's hands, which in many cases is just the individual, or I guess in this case, the government entity itself, and then slowly things start to get better on all of these big social ails and issues that Democrats grift off of, if you actually spend the money effectively and solve these problems, well then the entire Democrat shtick falls apart. The entire Democrat machine. Like I always say, they don't want to solve homelessness. They want to maintain their homelessness industry, their industry of compassion. They love the big contracts, a massive order of crack pipes, meth pipes, and don't forget the syringes and all the other paraphernalia. It's big business, it's big quantities, and they're loving the commissions. I just ordered 3 metric tons of meth pipes from China. May as well pay myself a $75,000 administrative fee. The whole thing's an industry, and they know very well that it wouldn't exist if the problems were ever solved. And that's why these ideas freak them out. That's why they're refusing to even negotiate with Republicans on the idea of giving citizens health insurance vouchers. They're frickin' panicking because their entire corrupt industry is under attack. But at this point, after nearly a century of the status quo, it's justified, and oh boy, is it time.
Oh, yeah. Time to end this, and it's been long overdue. But the second a Democrat gets back in office, guess what's going to happen?
That's what I'm afraid of. That's why this bothers me so much on the executive order, and the Trump isn't or the Congress hasn't picked things up and started to get it moving.
Yeah.
They're not going to have time before the midterms. Who they kidding?
They don't.
Yeah, I know. All right,
But,
what do you got next?
oh, you wanted to keep going, or did you want to call it a day?
Why don't you play that last short that we had, the funny one,
Okay.
and then we'll call it that, okay?
All
So we're gonna
righty.
try and yeah, as Crazy B and I were talking, some of this info that we present is just on the hot and heavy side. So we thought that before we left for the day, we would try to crack you up in some type of manner. We'll see how that goes, though. So what do you
Yep.
got for us, Crazy B?
Netflix over the years, how it started and where it's going.
Okay.
Our movie's here. Wait, Netflix delivers DVDs to your door? And there's no late fee. Bro, we have thousands of movies at our fingertips. Dude, give me your password so I can watch it too. They'll never know. Hey, my Netflix isn't working. Did you change your password on me? No, they shut down password sharing, but it's only $8.99 a month. Do you know why I had to pay an extra $5 a month for Netflix? Yeah, they increased it a little bit, but no ads. I mean, so. Yeah, that's true. Ads suck. Well, I'm sure this will be the last change they'll make. Hey, I thought you said there wasn't going to be any ads. There are ads unless you pay an additional $12.99 a month, which I do. Okay, but is that not like the same as cable? Never mind. Netflix bought Warner Bros. We don't even have to go to the movies anymore. Yeah, but isn't that bad for like I love going to the movies. No, you don't. Where'd your car go? Sold it. For what? Because I have to pay 4 monthly payments of $300 so I can watch the new Fast and Furious, you idiot.
You were watching video free.
What are you watching? Why's the screen black? I didn't upgrade to the visual version of Netflix for $3,000 a month, but I did get the audio version, and the movie sounds great. You know. No.
That is where it's going. That is where it's going. And that's why I don't use Netflix at all.
Well, I think
don't.
it just is the point. You know, if you take this back to yesterday's discussion on Canada and all the stores that have closed there, that the state's in a panic, I'm sure people that are working at our retailers are concerned, or in the warehouse, wherever they work. But they run into the same kind of situation, I guess. I lost that train of thought, Crazy B. I'm sorry.
It's
The
okay.
dog is pounding on the door. He wants in here. Eric shut the door when he
But
left.
all
And
the streaming services do this, by the way.
right, and and Amazon is streaming as well. So
Yes.
they, they are getting you and nickel and diming you to death on, oh, you want to see this, oh, you want to see that. After
Join
so many
this,
years
join
of wait,
that, pay for this, pay for
exactly.
that.
Yeah, and it's for everything. So I pay for. I just have the internet set up, and everything around to connect as Wi-Fi, and the cell phone. But I'm shutting up. I'm starting to go off the deep end here.
I
We'll
know.
just shut. You know what I
Well,
mean?
but you
It
do
is
what I
so.
do. Everything leads to something else, and then we have
Yes,
more to bitch about.
correct. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that
Then they don't do what we ask.
right. And that's based. Yeah, that was kind of the point I was trying to get to, is how disgusted we are with them.
Yet
But
somehow they're still in office.
yes. How?
How is I would.
Yep. All right, girl, I'm done for the day.
I am. I'm ready to call night.
Right. I'm just gonna do that as well. So everybody have a great weekend. We will see you on no Monday. We'll be dropping a video, and then on Tuesday we will be live for our Christmas special from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Back on day.
Sounds
Sorry, I
like a
messed with
plan.
the live chat so much during the visibility live stream showing as we're talking, and I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I got it pretty.
No problem.
So
Okay. All
But
right.
I'm
Cut
gonna
us
just tell you.
and
Go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead and lead us
Oh, my
out.
usuals of stay
Yep.
safe, stay sane, sober. Catch y'all on the next one. Yeah, my audio was going in and out because I was trying to find something. I apologize. So, yes, we'll be back on Tuesday and have a great day and a weekend and a good night.
All right. Good night.